Today I wanted to talk about how I've been feeling since my fifth chemo. Since my fifth chemo. So this has been really hard, this last treatment. The fatigue has been very bad. I have been really nauseous. I actually did end up getting sick yesterday. As I mentioned in my first video, as time goes on, the more chemo treatments that I get, things are going to get harder. My doctor did warn me about that. And oh, was he correct. Like, I'm supposed to have the 14 good days leading up to my chemo treatment. This time, it's not going to be that long. I can definitely tell that the side effects are lingering a lot longer. I'm used to walking a ton all the time, and I normally walk every single day. I go on multiple walks with my dog. She's a boxer, by the way. I just gotta throw up a photo right here because let's be real, she's super cute. Her name is Brixley the bum-eyed boxer. But yeah, the fatigue, and if you guys are not familiar, if you haven't started chemo treatment yet, or if you don't really know a lot about cancer treatment, there is this thing called chemo fog or chemo brain. So it's basically where you're not able to think straight. You can't concentrate on anything. It's just like literally your mind is just, it's mush, and it's so awful. And it gives me such bad anxiety because I love to work and I love to stay active. I'm not one to just sit and do nothing. I'm not really good at relaxing, I guess you could say. I like to be active and I like to be really productive all the time. Unless I've had one too many martinis the night before, if you catch my drift. But other than that, today I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better. I did muster up enough energy to come to say hello to all you guys. So since I have lost a lot of my hair, like I showed you in my previous video, I've lost about 75%, I'd say maybe 80% of it. I want to try on some head wraps and get your guys' opinion. I also mentioned that I don't want to buy a wig right now. They're just so expensive, and I just haven't pulled the plug on it yet because I don't know. This is all temporary, right? And I feel like, I don't know, like I'm probably not going to wear, if I buy wigs, I'm probably not going to wear them again once my hair grows back. I don't know. I have a bunch of wraps that I thought I would try on with you guys, and I would love for you guys to tell me which ones are like neat, which ones are pretty, which ones are cute, which ones are just like, oh hell no, girl. And I thought also during this, I would kind of just walk you through exactly what happened how I found out that I had cancer. Okay, shall we get started? Okay, well, first off, royal blue was one of my most favorite colors. So some of these are actually pre-tied, others I have to tie them, so you're gonna have to bear with me on that. I'm sure that's gonna be quite fun. Oh, okay. I can get down with this. Okay. So leading up to how I found out I had cancer, for about a year, I had something growing in my stomach. I couldn't tell if it was just excess fat. I couldn't tell what was going on. I thought at one time I was pregnant. I took a pregnancy test. No matter what I did in the gym at all, I could not get rid of it, and I was trying so hard. Here's the next one, guys. Yeah, it's a good fall color. Fall is actually not too far around the corner. I hate saying that, but it's the truth. So we were down there visiting my parents, and I had mentioned it to my mom before, but I hadn't seen her in a while. And she had looked at it and she kind of felt around. She's an ex-nurse she was a nurse for 30 years. She examined me and she's like, Jocelyn, something is definitely wrong. So, okay, so that I was kind of in my head about that. Right after Sarasota, me and my boyfriend went directly to Mexico. So the day before we left, I ended up getting so sick. And I knew it wasn't food poisoning because my boyfriend and our friends that were with us, they ate the exact same thing and they drank the exact same thing. So I was finally like, okay, something is definitely wrong. So we got back, and right when we landed from the airport, we went directly to the emergency room. Probably should pause for a second and try. What do you guys think? I also like white and black too. I feel like I look good in those colors. So yeah, I went in. Long story short, they did an ultrasound. The doctor called us back and she's like, okay, we found a cyst, that's really concerning. They ended up discharging me. from the emergency room, just telling me like all these steps I need to take to get a biopsy. We ended up coming home and we're like, something just still doesn't feel right. We ended up going into a different emergency room. They called the previous hospital that I had just gone into the day before. They looked at everything and they're like, okay, something is wrong. They examined me. They ended up admitting me right away. And the next day I was in for emergency surgery. I went in and I got my cyst removed. The doctor calls me and he's like, you need to come in so we can discuss our findings. And I could just tell by his tone right away, I knew something was wrong. So me and my mom, obviously my mom flew in for the emergency surgery. Me and my mom and my boyfriend, we all went in. He sat us down. Another long story short, he said that they found cancer. So okay, this could be cute. I ended up having to go in and get another surgery a week later. What they ended up removing was a 9-inch fluid-filled cyst. And inside the cyst was the cancer. They found the cancer on my left fallopian tube. They found ovarian cancer. So, we went through the talk of, I was like, well, am I going to survive? Like, what's the rate? What are my chances? So he's like, we would like to go in and remove your other fallopian tube, your other ovary, your uterus, your omentum, and your appendix, just to be completely safe. Guys, I don't know how I can make this, tie this one down here, but it's, not too shabby. I also like this color. I don't really know what I'm doing. Actually, I definitely don't know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, we're gonna call this one good. So he's like, I know you guys don't have any kids, and if you want, we can we can freeze your eggs if you guys, that is an option. The only thing is that's a lengthy process. And obviously the sooner we get out any leftover cancer or microscopic cancer cells that we can't see, the better. So I look at my boyfriend and literally within 2 minutes, we had to decide it's my uterus, not being able to have kids naturally, or it could potentially be my life. So it wasn't even a thought with him. He said right away, you're getting the surgery done. And, as crappy as it was, I agreed. So can I just wear it like this because it's so much more simple? They ended up doing a PET scan after the first surgery. A PET scan, if you're not familiar with it, it scans your entire body to see if there's any cancer. Seriously? It scans your entire body for any kind of cancer that there might be. Right before my second surgery, he called me and he's like, Jocelyn, I'm about ready to make your weekend. And he told me, he's like, we found no cancer. It didn't metastasize. It hasn't spread. So I was like, you didn't just make my weekend. You basically made my entire life. So anyway, after that, they ended up going in and they removed the second surgery. After the second surgery, he did, he's like, I gotta recommend chemo just to make sure that, just to be completely on the safe side. Just because you don't see cancer there doesn't mean that there's not leftover microscopic cancer cells that could eventually grow, back into, I don't know if you want to say real cancer, but you know what I mean. And then I started chemo 2 weeks after that. So I wanted to just get that out there because I know that other people go through this, and I know how hard it is to talk about it and to be able to relate to people. I might look ridiculous right now, and I hope that's making you smile a little bit. If you guys want to ever talk about it, I will respond to my comments. Okay, maybe we should just put the chemo talk on hold. Let me slick this dude back. Oh, perfect. And let's just try on these fun wraps. And there's 110 ways to do this, but I don't really know. One of the girls I saw on YouTube, she did some twisty loos. Okay. And then like this. And then if I could just get it to stay, boom shakalaka. Well, not too bad for a first timer. Ooh, this looks cute with this shirt actually. What you guys think? You get a cute pair of gold dangly earrings eyes and, you know. Oh, this, please. Oh. Oh, girl. You're gonna be turning some heads with this one. Oh, this one doesn't even need earrings. Like, there's enough bling to go with this. Okay. Oh. I have like 32 hairs that are holding on, so I gotta be very careful. They're very fragile. Oh, this is probably my second favorite. It's a little extra. I gotta warn you. You know, yeah, it looks a little aggressive, which I'm a very bold, colorful person. So, but I feel like to the side or something with like, you know, some jeans and heels, maybe get out of my eyes a little bit. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm kind of in love with this one. I just got to fix this dilly-dally here. Here, just like, hey. I'm not sure about the green one, I'm not gonna lie. I either gotta love it or I don't, like, there's no in between. There's no gray area for me. Okay, this is gonna be the easiest tie. Okay, really? Okay, no, I'm good. All right, I see some practicing on my horizon. Thought I would put this one back on for my outro, guys. Looks like a fairy tale on my forehead. I don't know, I would call it a success, but it was very fun. The next video, I think I'm officially gonna give you guys a tour of my Mario themed studio, my little safe haven I got going on in here. All right, so I will be talking to you guys with the shake of a, I'll be talking to you guys really soon. Bye.